And set up for the next one.
Okay, so I'm gonna be over here for you guys. Yeah. Okay, we got our top three finishers from today's Mission King of the Baggers Race 1 here at Daytona International Speedway. Our winner, Hayden Gillum, on the JMP Cycles Motul Heinz Factory Indian, and his teammate Troy Herfloss, also on the same team. And Kyle Wyman, our defending champion with Harley Davidson Dyno Jet Factory.
Sorry.
Let's start with Kyle. Kyle, you had to start with, and I thought you were gone for a while there. So what happened?
Definitely wasn't gone. Was, trying to just, not trying to go, just trying to kind of smoothly see if, we can break apart the lead group a little bit, which I think we did, and then Hayden really did. But, I wasn't trying to just break away. I wanted to just see what would happen, because I think we all felt that getting away today was going to be tough from my side. But from there, when Hayden got past, I think I'm gonna have to watch the race back, but I think Troy got by me pretty soon after with a draft move, and that made it tough for my chances to win, because we had really good pace in the infield, but Troy was struggling quite a bit in front of me. It was tough to try to make up ground. So ended up in a little bit of a fight there with Troy, and then Troy did make a mistake at one point, and I had an opening to really try to get away like Hayden from the rest of them, and hopefully finish a lonely second. But then I screwed that up too. So ran wide in the international horseshoe, put myself back in a battle with him and Rocco, and then my teammate Bradley as well. But fortunately was able to just put myself in the best position to finish as high as I could, and third is what we had today. So
The baggers are obviously a handful out there on the banking, but is it real tough to ride those through the infield with, turns you have to make and everything?
Yeah, and particularly this year, we were on a different tire than we've had in the past, and the front tire for me is very strange. It's a very different feeling than any of the other stuff we use on the regular circuit. So we've made some huge changes to the bike just to make that front tire feel something normal, and there's a lot of compromises there. So it's definitely a different way of getting through the infield, and then I think we can all attest to the rear pretty much, just the rear just kind of leaves the conversation after about 3 laps. So you're just kind of dancing around from there. So it's a long 5 laps from there, but yeah, it's definitely a handful, and the surface here is definitely getting old. A lot of cracks in the pavement, a lot of sealer stripes, a lot of things you got to really look out for that can catch you out. Like I think what caught me out this morning. So yeah, just try to play it smart, get points today, see what we can do to be better for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Troy, so you're on the same brand of motorcycle, same model of motorcycle, but it's a different team. Let's start with how different does the bike feel different this year than it was last year?
Yeah, it does feel different. I can lead from the chicane now. It's great. It's funny. We'll go through the process. It's been, we've gone through the testing and the changeover, and I come in with the thought process that I was the known quantity, and when we test this bike, I'll be rock solid. I know the bike, and these guys can learn it. And I got the realization of that, Benson Hines guys have built a brand new bike. I'm hanging on to the same handlebars and the same grips, but those bikes are very impressive. You can see on the banking this year. I've now worked out how to go around the banking now. And it wasn't hard. It was a lot of hard work for Benson Hines Racing to get that Indian Challenger to the top speed that we can get. But it's made the job a lot easier for me. I am very thankful that Hayden was here to show us what the bike's truly capable of. Because I was struggling a little bit out there today, and Kyle's right. The tires are different, and yeah, it's got to be better. But yeah, super happy with the outcome. It's funny talking to my crew chief, Steve, on the way here, we're talking about, you know, how wrong our bike was. And then we're like, hang on a minute, we're just going to get our second place trophy at Daytona. Like, it's funny when you're a racer, you're working with millimeters and you're always trying to be better. So, yeah, I know those guys are back there trying to make that bike as fast as possible. And but hey, I don't have to do much. My teammates winning, so the other guys want to tell me up to, that's fine, man. Happy finishing behind in the challenger.
So I remember it hasn't been that long ago that you were out on the track for the first time, and you definitely had your eyes wide open after the first time. Is that kind of, are you used to Daytona at this point, or do you never get used to it really?
I personally don't get used to it. It's like this track is, but the actual layout of the track, it is quite easy to learn, but it's so daunting that, you know, there's so many different things to think about. There, you know, we raced at 3 o'clock today. There was no shadows yet on the side, but tomorrow will be at 4 o'clock. There'll be 3 or 4 feet of shadow. So that looks like a fence line. And like a few years ago, I was chasing Kyle around the infield. It looked like he was up in the fence. And, you know, that experience I've gained now is helping me. But, yeah, like today, just knowing that Kyle was there and potentially going to draft me, like when you start coming off the banking, that's it. You've made the choice. At that speed on that bike, it's hard to change your trajectory. So if he does show a wheel there, like there's potential for connection. So it's always so scary. It's not as straightforward as, hey, you're on the banking and it's not that shaft and just hold flat. It's easy to say, but not so easy to do.
Hayden, so you're the incumbent on the Vanson Hines team. I'm not going to call you the squad father, even though you've got a couple kids. I won't call you that. Yeah, I know, but you've been on the team longer than Troy. So, and you've had a lot of laps around Daytona on different bikes. But let's talk about this bike going from the bike you had last year to this one. Is it a huge change? It's really different.
Yeah, it's a big change. I mean, obviously the motor, the way the transmission works, you know, how it makes power, everything is a lot different. It's just, I mean, it's a Indian versus a Harley. And so, you know, learning that was actually the easy part. Like Troy said, the guys, you know, built a completely new bike and, I mean, new swing arms, new motors. I don't know what else they did, but they did everything that they could. And, you know, we showed up to the first test, rode his bike from last year and then rode the new bike, and his bike did a lot of things really well, and then the new bike did a lot of things really well, and we were kind of, after that test, we were kind of stumped like what direction we needed to go with it. And yeah, it's a work in progress. I mean, today shows the capabilities of what the bike can do. It was, I mean, that was hard, and I mean, having Troy as a teammate has been really good. We've been working really well together, and obviously Rocco is super talented and can ride a bike. And unfortunately, you know, we had something happen in the race, but no, I'm so happy. I've like I said on the podium, I've been racing here for 16 years, and this is my first win on these things. And to do the challenge and the main race is pretty special, and to do it with Terry and these guys is just really cool. I'm just pumped. I don't really know yet what's going on. It feels, you know, it felt like an odd day. It doesn't feel like my normal race day. So, I'm sure at some point the shoe will drop for me, but, you know, right now I'm just pumped. These guys gave me an awesome bike.
You don't see a gap like that very often around Daytona. I mean, when you were out front with that gap, were you guys usually start hearing things, or, you know, should I let up a little bit? What was your thinking? Were you just hoping, you know, to get it over with and not anything happen, or just were you worried they were going to catch you? I mean, what was your mindset going through all that?
I don't look back.
Okay,
and,
that's important.
And before, you know, it's such a long ways to the pit board area that I didn't have a pit board. And so I was just going, and whenever I crossed the checkered, I looked back, you know, expecting Troy and Kyle to be right there, and I was just, yeah, I swear, I almost crashed the last 2 laps in the King Tuck in the front. Like
You got 2 seconds in the first row.
I was just trying to go the whole time, and yeah, so it was a funny race because it was just I was expecting at some point at least Troy to go by me, and it never happened. And then I looked back after the checker and realized why. So now I need to go figure out why that went as good as it did.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
All right, congratulations. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? There's gotta be somebody. No?
All right, Owen, you got one?
I always have another question, of course. I'm gonna go back on it. Oh, I'm sorry, you got one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Anthony Sanso, Road Race Report. Gentlemen, new tires, obviously Kyle, you spoke a little bit about it. What are you feeling or not feeling in the front, with the new tires, and obviously the rear is its own thing, but with the front end, I know you guys have typically been pretty solid through there, so, what are you feeling with the tire?
It's a completely different construction, and it almost feels like it's a different size. The shape, the profile as you turn into the corner, so it just feels like it gets jammed up on turning, and I can't really get the thing in there like I want to, so we've had to make really big changes for that, and it even feels different in the pits. It's that different, so it's something you definitely have to work around. We spent some time on it at the test. The last test we did in Phoenix, so that we could end on it on the last day to try to just leave with that feeling, and that definitely helped me going into yesterday.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks, guys.
Tomorrow.
You finally get a chance.
And you didn't say nothing.
Chance and you're like.
I get to hang out with
You have to get out of the morning back.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
This will be the best spot.
But not with the mic on, okay? Like, no one's gonna hear it. Yeah.
I guess he's gonna be getting great.
Well.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your